Hey y'all, good morning. You know, the man at the pool of Bethesda was a man with an affliction of paralysis for 38 years. And in the Bible, in the scriptures, it shows us that in order for him to get his healing, he had to wait for the angel to stir the water. And then he had to go dip himself in the water. And at the time the water was being stirred up, and then he would get healed. He tried so many times, but because he didn't have the help he needed to get to the place, he was not able to get his healing. So he was lame for 38 years. Jesus steps on the scene as he's traveling. I think he was on his way to Jerusalem. And Jesus looks at the man. The man is laying down. And Jesus says, "Do you want to be made well?" And the man looks at Jesus and he gives him a very honest answer. "Well, I don't have every time I try to go to the water to be stirred up, I don't have nobody to put me in the pool." He didn't have any help. So Jesus asked him, though, "Do you want to be made whole?" And the man looks at Jesus. He gives him that explanation. Jesus looks at him and he says, "Take up your bed and walk." And the man was healed. I want to use this example to talk to everybody like myself who I used to be close to 400 pounds. And I struggled with binge eating and emotional eating, stress eating. Every time I felt triggered or traumatized, I would eat. Every time I felt abandoned or rejected, I would eat. And I remember going through times in my adolescence where I would try to get on diets and I would try to do all these things because I wanted to be healthy, but I didn't have the help. I didn't have the tools. I felt kind of isolated in my journey. And I just really want to talk to everybody who has been in my position. And throughout this 13-year weight loss journey, the reason why I'm able to stand here at a size 5, 230 pounds down, is not because of just diet, working out, but having my soul cleansed out, having my soul healed through Jesus. Did you know that the whole purpose of Jesus coming to the earth was for us to be whole? Because when Adam and Eve ate from the tree of knowledge, good and evil, we went from being whole to being now in this area where sin was so possible, and we were so separated from Christ that we were so separated from God. The sin was so bad. If you know Leviticus, you know how bad it was. It was so bad that God himself had to come down and be the ultimate sacrifice for us to be restored. That's the gospel. And you're trying to go on more diets, more exercise routines. You're listening to all these doctors, taking Ozempic, Wegovy, which is not bad, but it's not going to heal your soul. And I just want to encourage you, if you want to if you want to stop binge eating, if you want to stop with the anorexia, if you want to stop with the orthorexia and constantly just eating and food obsession, and God knows, even in my weight loss journey very recently, the food obsession was so bad. And I was like, God, help me. And God is like, your soul needs healing. So, like the man at the pool of Bethesda, you ain't got to wait for the angel to stir the water. But you just got to surrender and say, God, have mercy on me. My soul needs surgery. Because really what's really tied to starvation, the uncontrollable eating, the impulsive eating, stress eating, binge eating. It's not another diet or another pill, but it's your soul needs to be restored. And that is why being made whole is so important. This year, God has made me whole in the area of a lot of areas with food, just pruning me from all the residue that came from my addiction. And it's been very hard. But I'm so thankful because now I just eat my food and I go on with my day. I work out because I love my body. And I know what it looks like and feels like to have somebody look at you and mock your face and mock your body and bully you and tease you and you feel shame, and then you and food start to have this bad relationship. But I'm telling you, that soul part. So I'm asking you today, do you want to be made whole? If you want to be made whole, invite Jesus into your soul. Let him do the work. Let him do the healing. Let him do the pruning. Let him deal with the auntie that looked at your face and said, use your face as an example to demonstrate how bad someone's skin is. Let God deal with the kids the father that abandoned you, that neglected you. Let him deal with that, and you will see your relationship with food become normal again. I know how hard it is. I know how lonely it feels. But Jesus is with you. So take his peace and take his strength. Do you want to be made whole? Or do you just want another diet? If you want to be made whole, I invite you to let Jesus in as your Lord and Savior. And tell him, God, I don't want to eat my emotions. I don't want to binge. Heal the area that opened this wound. You will get there. Have a good day.